Baby, I'm a go-getter, go-getter. Yeah, you better go figure, go figure. Baby, I'm a go-getter, go-getter. Yeah, you better go figure, go figure. Try and get a big stack in my bag. Boy, you know I'm getting to it. It's like that. Try and get a big stack in my bag. Yeah, you know I'm getting to it. It's like that, like that. Hey. Never feeling the pressure, please not at all. I walk in when it's crunch time, leaves in the fall. Woman on me, only hit my name on a roll call. It's like there is no ground beneath my feet, I got no flaws. Still humble, but just don't get it confused. You know who I am, there's no need to introduce. I am one of one, they can't stand it, but it's true. Sicker than the average, ain't no challenge that's immune. Baby, I'm a go-getter, go-getter. Yeah, you better go figure, go figure. Baby, I'm a go-getter, go-getter. Yeah, you better go figure, go figure. Try and get a big stack in my bag. Boy, you know I'm getting to
it. It's the NFL on EA Sports. And coming up, it'll be no holds barred between NFC South rivals.
A new season of NFL football is here, and we're off in 2023 on EA Sports. Cordero Patterson to return it, bringing it out of the end zone. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 30, right about the 29. The Falcons ready to go to work here on offense, and at the helm in his second season, Charles, it's Desmond Ridder.
The Falcons got their feet wet with Ridder during a 4-game audition last season, and he did end their year with a pair of wins. Optimism reigns that he is their quarterback of the future.
Open man is Kyle Pitts, his tight end, and he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45. 16 yards on the game's first play and a quick first down.
Check white, split, yellow.
Now the first running back taken back in April, the former Longhorn, Bijan Robinson. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up.
Here we go, set.
Now it's 2nd and 10.
Drill, 52. Ready, go.
Looking to throw it here. Ridder. Rush coming, and he's taken down. And that will get a stoppage here. There appears to be an injured Falcon on the field. Well, just the last thing you want to see here in the first quarter of a new season. Hopefully nothing serious. We'll step aside for a moment.
Opposite, green, check, pink, black swap.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And that is incomplete.
One first down here, and that's all, folks. Good work by this defense to hold things in check and force a punting situation.
The punt team on now as Pinion sends this one away. And this will be taken at the 13. 43 yards on the punt, 7-yard return. And it will be the Panthers' ball, 1st and 10. So here are the Panthers set to take over for the first time. And Charles will get a look at the much-heralded rookie Bryce Young, the first overall pick from April's draft.
Bryce Young, the quarterback out of Alabama with a Heisman Trophy in his hip pocket, is the new face of Carolina football.
Okay, right.
80 touchdowns, just 12 picks in his college career for the Crimson Tide. He may be a little small in terms of size, but potential, massive.
One of the Panthers' big offseason acquisitions. Here's Miles Sanders. And they'll get to him quickly here as he'll get a yard, just a yard to the 22. 2nd and 9. Young working out of the gun. Throw left side, pulled in by Mingo. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. Will go down as a gain of 6. And now it's 3rd and 3. Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. 3rd and short yardage, Young. He's got a man, complete. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. And that goes as a gain of 37 on 3rd down. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. Now Young running the option left. And he'll be out of bounds as he gets it down to the 30 there. 6 yards there on the keeper. It's 2nd down.
Now that's what he can do, when he keeps the football. It's not a huge gain, but it shows how hard it can be to stop him.
Yeah, and I thought the defense had that one pretty well contained, and in fact, they probably came up and felt pretty good about what they did. Then they looked up and realized he still got good yardage out of it. He's a tough guy to stop.
They run with a 3rd-year man, Chuba Hubbard.
And he'll take this inside the 30 to about the 29, maybe the 28-yard line. Just a couple on the pickup there, and now it's 3rd down.
They'll try and run forward with Sanders.
And he will have the first before he's brought down right on the chalk of the 20. 8 yards on the pickup there, and it moves the sticks. Quite the opening drive march they're on right now.
It looks a lot like what we saw in practice prior to the game, doesn't it? Because on that last big practice beforehand, you go through your offensive script. You go through your play calling. You go through all the stuff and establish things. And it looks like it's going like clockwork right now for them.
Ready?
Right back to Sanders on 1st down.
It's so close. He gets it to the 1. Out of bounds right there. That good for 19 and a 1st down. Couple of nice carries back-to-back here, establishing the ground game a bit.
Yeah, these aren't bare-bones runs now. I mean, they're getting substantial yardage, the kind of yards you're looking for, right? Let's go ahead and use a cliche. Stay ahead of the change, right? 5 or more yards each time. That's what you're looking for in setting a tone and getting your offensive line going.
Good sign on the opening drive. And this one will wind up with him losing yardage back to the 4-yard line. It'll go as a loss on the play. Not what you need down here. It's going to be 2nd and goal. Now Young. Well, he's got it. Touchdown, Panthers. Adam Thielen from 4 yards out.
And the Panthers are on the board here first in the season opener. Piñeiro's extra point up and good.
And it's now a 7-0 game.
Piñeiro to kick off for the Panthers.
Now after the touchdown, here's Piñeiro to kick it off.
And Patterson not going to return this. It'll come out to the 25.
So for the 2nd time in this one, we get set to see the Falcons offense.
And one of the things we like to hit on every year are the new rule changes. And we got a few for 2023. A lot are procedural, having to do with deadlines and roster construction and such. But 2 kind of caught my eye, Charles. One is the option to fair catch a kickoff and have it come out to the 25 like it does in college. You like that?
I don't like it at all. I don't like it in college. I don't like it in the NFL. I wanted to have something different, and I really wanted the special teams coaches to be a little bit more involved. But I do understand why the league is doing it. They believe it promotes safety, and it's hard to argue against that.
What about, this is the other one, guys can now wear the number 0. We've already seen some make the switch, Calvin Ridley, DeAndre Swift, Braxton Berrios, amongst others.
Yeah, and you know something? When you see those guys make that move, I don't mind that at all right? A little more expressionism for these guys. I love it. I just think we didn't go far enough. What about 00, like Jim Otto used to wear or Kenny Burrow used to wear? Let's add that back to the NFL jerseys.
So the failure to connect on 2nd down, that leaves them staring up here at a 3rd and 8.
Ritter.
first down, but he winds up paying for it pretty good. The drive stays alive, a third down gain of 8. So from Panther territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 46.
Going play action, Ritter.
And his throw's going to be incomplete.
So our game here, one of 8 games in total on this opening weekend that is a divisional matchup. And listen, you look at this NFC South, new coach and quarterback on the other sideline for Carolina, new quarterback in New Orleans, new QB in Tampa. All of a sudden, Desmond Ritter, Charles, is the lone established veteran quarterback in the division.
I like how you said established there. I think in the elastic sense of the word, he's the established veteran. But he is the guy that returns to his team from last year and is leading them. This division is going to be wide open.
Ready?
On play action, here's Ritter. Throwing quickly there, but it's incomplete.
So it looks like they still have some fight in them on this series because it seemed like things were headed for the red zone. But if this defense gets 2 more stops, they can keep them out of that area.
Ritter with it after the play fake.
And it's intercepted at the goal line.
Picked off by J.C. Horn. And the Panthers are going to have the football at their own 1-yard line.
CD, I know it's just his 2nd year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, 2nd year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
44 yards rushing for him now, and he's only carried the ball 4 times.
And the Panther first down.
On 1st and 10, it's Sanders. And he'll be taken down here as it will take us to the end of the first quarter. After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports. Panther football to start quarter number 2 as they are looking at a 2nd down and 6 coming up.
Ready.
Option right, Young. And they'll blow that one up back at the 16-yard line. That's going to go down as a loss of 5, and it brings up 3rd down.
Not a lot of success to be found there.
Oh, you got that right, partner, because if you're trying to make guys miss about 10 yards or so downfield, that's a pretty good play. But if you got to do it in your own backfield, I consider that a problem. That doesn't work too well.
There's a ball thrown right side and complete. 2nd catch for him today, and it'll wind up a 1st down.
And, partner, they're locked in man coverage out left, and they end up running a crossing route. Rounded it a little bit more than a slant. And he's just going to angle himself towards the right side of the field, and that's very difficult for a defender to shadow him across all that ground.
And good running there as he'll take this all the way up to midfield.
Another strong gain on the last 2 plays. They've moved it a combined 33 yards.
Now, this is an example of breaking down a defense because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
Ready.
On play action, Young.
He's got Mingo.
Touchdown, Carolina!
Jonathan Mingo
with his first career NFL touchdown.
And the Panthers go up by 2 touchdowns. Piñeiro's extra point up and good.
And it's now 14-0. Now after the touchdown, here's Piñeiro to kick it off.
From his end zone, here comes Patterson. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. Atlanta prepped and ready for its next possession. And Charles, nothing like squaring off with a division opponent, a division rival in week 1. Do you like that they are matching up this early, or would you prefer a game like this be a few weeks down the road?
I actually like the early matchup for a few reasons, Brandon. First of all, it allows you to see that in the entire offseason and know, hey, right out of the gate, we're playing a division game. Second part is it spreads them out a little bit. If you just have them all bunched up at the end of the year, that's not as much fun watching teams try to survive that gauntlet when you do have injuries down the stretch. And last but not least, let's face it, we're TV people. What a great game to sell right out of the gate.
A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
Some of the fans here don't seem too happy about what we've seen in this first half.
No, not at all, and I understand why. They've looked lethargic, out of sync, and it shows on the scoreboard.
Ritter throwing on third down.
That's Cordero Patterson hauling it in.
And he is going to have a Falcons first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
Well, these guys have definitely been outplayed in the first half, but I like their countenance. I like the way that they haven't panicked out there, the way they're carrying themselves. They're starting to move the ball, and what you have to do, maintain your poise and start to put together some drives.
Only able to gain a couple there, and that'll make it second down.
Well, it certainly feels like there are more stars at the tight end position than there were even 10 years ago. And I think it's become more of a glamour position because of the ways it can hurt a defense, and guys want to be involved. They can be in line, close to the line of scrimmage. They can split out like receivers. But hands, route running, speed, and some toughness to go across the middle, you put it all together.
Ritter cannot escape, and they bring him down.
In for the sack, Deion Jones.
Well, if the goal is to get back into this game, the offense is certainly moving in the wrong direction. This is certainly a case where one team needs big splash plays right now, but unfortunately, it's the other team that's getting them.
It's caught on the right side by Robinson.
And he'll be taken down well before the first at about the 36-yard line.
It'll be a gain of 12, but it will also lead to fourth down. So on now is the Clemson man, Bradley Pinion, to punt this one away. First kick, 47. This one looks good as well. Fielded just inside the 20. 42-yard punt, 6 on the return. And the Panthers will take over now, 1st and 10.
Now the Panthers and Miles Sanders headed out for another drive.
And he's well on his way to a 100-yard game. He's already more than halfway there. We're only in the second quarter.
And what I've always loved about running backs is they'll tell you, I had no idea how many yards I had.
Right.
Those guys have an innate sense of where they are in a ball game and how many yards they've accumulated, because you know they're always working towards 100.
He's been working well towards 100 here.
On first down, they'll start out with Hubbard.
And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down.
43 rail. Ready.
Young to throw it. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. But fortunately, he's able to recover his own fumble, and that could have been trouble.
We always hear a lot of veterans on the defensive side of the football. They talk about smelling blood in the water, putting pressure on a rookie. They got to him there to force it free, but couldn't recover it.
And you mentioned the pressure. Rookie quarterback, you're going to bring more pressure at him at all times because you don't know how he's going to hold up. He was fortunate there. Luck was on his side, able to recover that fumble.
Now a shot taken on third down, but it's going to wind up incomplete.
Carolina punt team out there led by Johnny Hecker. Cordero Patterson deep for Atlanta.
Now a fair catch taken, maybe a yard or two shy of midfield. It's just a 30-yard punt that time, no return. And the Falcons are set up well to begin their drive as it'll begin in enemy territory already.
Double. Double, 38. Hut.
Off the play fake, it's Ritter. That's out wide here for Robinson.
A short gain of just over 2 yards as the first half clock dips inside of 3 minutes.
Well, offensively, that's the mismatch that you want. You want to force a linebacker to try and cover your back out of the backfield, out in some open space. But linebackers nowadays, they run like backs, and they take a lot of pride in covering. What a nice play he made there in the open field.
The Falcons on third down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 4.
Ritter to throw it.
Shoves him aside.
And he is going to have the first down, and that is going to take us to the 2-minute warning. Now Ritter to throw on first down.
And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
2nd and 10. Ritter now. Now throw right side here, going to be incomplete. We'll get a pause here. There appears to be a Panther who is shaken up on that last play. Well, you always hate to see injuries, especially tough here in week 1. Just hoping this is nothing serious. We'll take a quick timeout. Third down, here's Patterson. And he's able to motor his way down to the 16-yard line. A nice pickup there, 18 yards, first down Falcons. Here's Ritter. Got a man, it's Patterson, complete. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. So 5 yards here, 5 on the play. And it's second down.
At the 11-yard line.
Back to throw, Ritter. Got his tight end, that's complete. It's Smith. Now the Falcons going to use one of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 26 seconds to go until halftime. A chance for their first points of the season here as it's first and goal. Ritter will set up to throw it. And he's left with no option here but to throw it away.
Well, this defense is going to have to finish the job. There's still a second half that they have to play. But so far, an absolute total effort. They've disrupted the passing game, stressed the pocket for the quarterback. They forced him into errant throws. Everything they're doing has been executed well.
Ritter back to throw. This is caught. Touchdown, Falcons. Matt Hollins as the first half is winding down. And the Falcons are on the board here in the final seconds of the first half. Extra point by Koo, up and good. And that'll make our score 14-7. So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And with a 14-7 lead, they might just be happy to take this thing on into the tunnel. And they're just going to run it here up the middle. And he'll just push his way forward for a few as the clock will run. A gain of 3, second down. So we've reached halftime here on opening weekend. As we'll send you down to Orlando and we check in with Jonathan. It looks like we'll have to wait another week to get our first halftime report of the season as we move right along to the second half. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth ready for quarter number 3. We'll see if week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. From the end zone is Smith-Marset. And the decision to bring it out, not a good one, as he's tackled at the 15. And the Panthers going to take over here to start quarter number 3. They'll start with the option. And he'll have this past the 30 prior to going out of bounds. That play going for 16 yards to start the drive, first down. Pretty ideal right there. Keep it yourself, get the first down, and get the heck out of bounds.
And knowing him, I believe he's thinking, I can get a few more yards if I just lower my shoulder. But he also hears that second voice in his head. His head coach, and probably his agent too, saying, get out of bounds, man, don't do that.
Looking for more there on first down, but this throw downfield, incomplete. Well, look at the 2023 draft class for the Panthers, and we wondered for over a month what Carolina's strategy was trading up to select first overall. But we got our answer as they got Bryce Young, now the future for Carolina.
Yeah, and I think it's safe to say that they drafted Bryce Young because they figured he could handle the spotlight and being the face of the team. And they also made some great offseason moves at receiver. But added one more guy in the draft, Jonathan Mingo out of Ole Miss, for Young to throw to as a rookie. continuing to try and make strides to help their young quarterback.
Looking for Sanders here on the deep ball. It's caught inside the 25. Touchdown, Carolina. Miles Sanders, 64 yards. And they are able to add on to their advantage. Piñeiro's extra point up and good. And it's now 21-7. Now after the touchdown, here's Piñeiro to kick it off. And bulldozing his way through. Up to midfield. Cordero Patterson on the loose. He will take this all the way. Touchdown, Falcons. I know a lot of special teams coaches, they just want to keep it away from him because that's what he can do.
And others have egos that their players can't keep up with. And they say, challenge him. Kick it to him. The way he runs as fast as he is, I wouldn't challenge him at all. I'd do everything possible to keep it away.
He is just a blur when he gets a full head of steam, and he got a full head of steam there.
Fielded just outside the goal line.
Oh, a good return up past the 30.
And a good return, able to get out across the 35 to the 36. This offense returns to the field, and the former Penn State star Miles Sanders, we get a look at him.
He's toppled the century mark already, receiving the football, closing in on that on the ground, too. They've really had trouble handling him.
I think from what we've seen in this game, his success through the air has started to open things up for him on the ground because now he's loosened up the defense, right? They've got to play just about every snap as if another receiver can get downfield on them, and he's been that receiver. Now they bring him back to the backfield. I think his yardage running the ball will increase as this one goes on.
Well, they might need to devote some extra attention to him, something just to stop the momentum he has. That's a big loss of 3, and it brings up 3rd down.
Well, that play never really got off the launching pad. He had a linebacker in his face before he had a chance to do much of anything.
Yeah, I think it's big boys up front, that offensive line. They've got to do a little bit better job of protecting him if they're going to continue to run the option like this.
He completes this one to Mingo.
And he can only manage to take this thing to the 38, well shy of the 1st down. Here's Johnny Hecker now, as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. Fair catch signaled for and taken just shy of the 30-yard line. Only 29 yards on the punt there. Definitely not his best. And the Falcons will be taking over 1st and 10.
Ready.
Ritter from the gun.
And that is incomplete.
We're going to give out a little applause on that play. It has to go to the defense. More good work by them. They've taken away the passing lanes all game long, and you can see the frustration that it's causing because he just about threw that one into the 1st row.
And he'll do a nice job here just to fight his way back to the line of scrimmage. Officially nothing on that one, no gain, so they're left with still 10 to go on 3rd down. Defensively, though, they had a chance there to hit him for a loss, couldn't get it done.
Looked like someone was able to knife into the backfield, but he wasn't able to get him down. But his compatriots, they were able to grab him at the line of scrimmage and not let him get any further downfield.
Breaks through the contact.
Through the middle of the field.
Touchdown, Falcons. Matt Collins, already his 2nd touchdown here this opening weekend.
And the Falcons are an extra point away from drawing level.
I know Paul Revere talked about by land or by sea, right? You know, 1 by land, 2 by sea. He didn't mention air because right now we're seeing a big-time performance, aren't we? That's 2 touchdowns so far in this game.
Where'd you pull that one from?
And, you know, every now and then I actually listened in history class.
And you're just a scholar all the way around. You're reading all the time. I like that you fit that in the broadcast.
You know, I just grab a nugget when I can.
A couple of teams locked into a good one here. 21 all the score as the kick's away.
And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line.
The Panthers offense here, they get ready to head back on the field.
We got a brand new ball game, all even after that last touchdown, so every drive now becoming a little more critical here in the 2nd half.
Williams' throw there incomplete.
And that's one of those plays where it's hard to keep two eyes on the football when you know the contact's coming, let alone getting two hands around it, hugging it to your body, and absorbing the hit, even for those big tight ends who you would think could absorb that contact.
And not a whole lot there, maybe a yard to the 27.
Well, that's a good start to this drive on the defensive side of the ball.
Force the incompletion on first down. Then you're able to shut down the running play on second.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised now. A little bit of pressure going at the quarterback in an expected passing situation.
Working the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete.
And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. Inside 4 minutes to go, third quarter. A first down throw for Young. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. Yeah, he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. 15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another first down. Up the middle they go with Sanders. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. Second down coming up.
Not a run that you're going to write home about, but still a good first down run. That's what an offense calls staying on schedule. 3 to 4 yards on first down, you're set up very well for the rest of the drive.
They'll send the big tight end in motion right.
On second down, here's a run with Hubbard.
And they'll be inside the 25 now at the 24. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
Most of their damage has been done through the air. I mean, they've rung the bell 3 times with passing touchdowns, but guess what? Ground game has not been neglected. Nice little burst right there.
Shotgun. Oh, he put it on the clock with a fumble.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover.
The fumble on first down now. Here's second down.
Young.
That'll be caught right side. Chenault with it.
And they'll get this down to the 10.
Now following the completion, we're going to get a stoppage here for an injury. While the medical staff checks on him, we'll step aside in this Week 1 contest.
They'll run with Sanders. He pushes forward for maybe 3 down to the 6-yard line.
So where'd all that running room that he had in the first half go? Because it looks like it's drying up a little bit here. Someone made some adjustments, it appears, at least on this drive.
A give up the middle, Hubbard.
And he's going to ball his way in for a Panther score.
Chuba Hubbard.
A 6-yard touchdown run.
And the Panthers have moved out in front here in the final minute of the third quarter. Piñeiro's extra point up and good.
And they will take a 7-point lead. Now after the touchdown, here's Piñeiro to kick it off.
Patterson going to bring this out of the end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line.
Here are the Falcons as their offense heads back onto the field. And the points, they have come fast and furious in this quarter.
You really don't want to be on the defensive side of the ball right now, do you? Because you're either thinking, my replacement may get...
There he goes, left side! And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. A good pickup there, 26 yards. You can just kind of sense the momentum turning here. It's 1st and 10.
Looking to throw it here. Ritter.
And he is going to lose yardage here. He was unable to shake free there, and they'll cover him for a loss of a yard. We are through 3 quarters here on NFL Kickoff Weekend. Back now here on EA Sports. It's the Falcons. They'll have the football, but trailing on the scoreboard as we get set to begin the 4th.
2nd and 11 at the 41. Ritter. He's got his man, London, right side.
as that sets him up for third down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
One score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on fourth down. They'll run for it with Robinson. And he is not going anywhere. They stop him for no gain. He needed two. He barely got back to the line of scrimmage. And this defense will take over right near midfield at the 49-yard line. They start on the ground here at Sanders. And he's over midfield and into Falcon territory.
Richie Grant in on the tackle.
Well, with the fumble he had earlier, we know how key keeping the football is here. That fumble earlier probably at the forefront of his mind. Just hold on to this thing.
It's also at the forefront of the mind of the guys who are trying to get the ball from him. And since they've seen him drop it on the ground before, they're doing everything possible to have him do it again. They need that turnover.
And this offense on third down today, they've been very good. 5 for 7 thus far. This will be 3rd and 6.
Now Young. Short throw held in by Trimble.
And this won't do it. He needed 6. He only got halfway there.
Another completion there. We think about the draft back in the spring. He was selected, obviously, the #1 overall pick. There's great money with that, but, Charles, I would think maybe an extra burden, too, or is that not that big of a deal at all?
It actually is in the beginning of his career an added burden, but it's one of those things that if you play well, it becomes something that justifies why you were taken #1. You're fine with that. If you don't play well, it can be an albatross.
Come on, set, ready.
First down, here's Ritter. And the timing a bit off that time as that one falls to the ground.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes, but the best part for him, he's got 2nd and 3rd down to fall back on.
Ritter.
Short throw to Smith. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead.
Ready.
So 7 yards from the first down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage.
Ready.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw.
Looking there for Pitts, but intercepted. Jeremy Chin picks it off. And the Panthers will take over here as they get it up to the 43-yard line.
Just week 1, but already plenty of intrigue with the games going on, and this one no different as we come up on a 1st and 10. Short throw underneath to Hurst. So give him 2 yards there on the completion, and that will bring up 2nd down.
So a nice throw there. And, CD, I have to think you've been impressed with what you've seen thus far here in his debut.
Now, you know me well. I have been impressed because what I've seen is him starting to understand how to play the game in a short amount of time. The dazzling plays, they'll come with experience. But right now, we're seeing him handle the game, make all the smart plays, and the right reads. Now, that was a designed run. Now, remember, if a quarterback goes feet first, he's protected. But if he dives head first, he's not. On that play, he figured the risk was worth the reward.
Pretty good results here on the first down run as he takes us forward for about 6.
I'm sure that that's going to be the formula. Just keep the ball on the ground. Keep that clock moving.
And when you have the lead this late in the game, above all, stay in bounds. Yes, take care of the football. Yes, gain yardage, but stay in bounds and let that clock tick.
On 2nd down, Young.
That's swung out wide to Sanders.
And he's going to get it down to the 33-yard line here. 7 yards there and a 1st down.
A nice completion there for the 1st down. And, Charles, you think about the quarterbacks of recent vintage that have been thrust into action week 1. It's no guarantee of future success, but we sure have seen some good ones.
We certainly have, partner. How about Joe Burrow with the Bengals in 2020? He was excellent. Kyler Murray with the Cardinals. The best part about his game has his team right on the brink of the playoffs. And Deshaun Watson has won division titles after having started from day 1.
So first and goal, 6 points here would go a long way toward wrapping this one up.
They run with Sanders off the option.
Only about a yard there as he takes it from the 9 to the 8.
Personal foul. Face mask. Defense.
Trailing in the fourth, this close of a game, that's a penalty you just can't afford.
It's an absolute killer, and it's one that drives coaches and teammates insane.
Here we go.
So the face mask moves him closer, and now first and goal.
Check you.
Sanders is in. Touchdown, Carolina.
Well, this offensive line has really stepped up to the challenge here because those Mastodons, they've been sensational clearing holes all game long. And this is great work down here near the goal line to give their back the space he needs to work his way into the end zone.
Piñeiro's extra point up and good.
And the lead now up to 14.
Now after the touchdown, here's Piñeiro to kick it off. And Patterson will not return it. It comes out to the 25.
Here comes the Atlanta offense now ready to take over here.
So now, Charles, this drive maybe a touch more important, trying to erase the memory of that interception they had the last time out.
Yeah, and everyone goes through this because even the best in the game, you're going to have games where it just doesn't go right for you, and interceptions result. So, frankly, to me, it's all about how you respond, not just the types of plays that you call, but how you carry yourself, how you show your team that you're still with it, and how you continue to lead.
On second down, Ritter.
Toward the sideline, he will have the first down. Good catch. He was able to keep the feet in bounds. It's a pickup of 6. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Looking to throw.
And a smart play there. He's probably saying, I wish I would have done that on the last drive instead of throwing the interception.
Let's go.
Another try, 2nd and 10 now. Another throw coming up here for Ritter.
And this is intercepted, and that should do it. And this one will be returned to right around the 38-yard line.
Boy, so another interception, CD, and it feels like he's starting to unravel a little bit.
And as you would expect, still a work in progress here in his second season. He has to start ironing out some of these mistakes, though, because now his head coach, his offensive coaches, they have to evaluate whether you keep playing him and let him work through it, or you start thinking about going to his backup.
Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports.
So it's Panther football as we welcome you back. And the scoreboard on their side, they're just looking to melt away these final couple of minutes and put this one in the left-hand column.
Ready?
Out of the gun, here's the give to Hubbard.
Now the Falcons going to use one of their timeouts. And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line.
Ready up.
Now, this is a big 3rd down, and you'd have to think we'd see a timeout right away if they can't stop him here.
Ready?
The Young keeps it, moving right.
So fresh out of the 2-minute warning, and here's another timeout taken with 1:55 remaining. Here's Johnny Hecker now as he's on to punt for Carolina. And this one hits at the 3 and then bounds into the end zone for a touchback.
So now Ritter and the Falcons
Down by 2 touchdowns. A little under 1:50 remaining. Field goals useless at this point. They need 2 touchdowns, and they need them in short order.
Now Ritter. London holds this one in.
And he's going to get 7 out of this before being taken down at the 27.
Now Ritter. And this one almost intercepted. Far too loose with the football. Nearly a 4th pick of the ball game. Well, this one's had a season's worth of thrills already, and it's still week 1. Here's 3rd down now. Ritter. A throw out wide, going to be incomplete.
That means it's just one last chance left, and this has to be a first down or a touchdown, or this game's over.
Ready, ready. Set, hunt.
Fourth down, big play. Here's Ritter. Able to find Patterson. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. One timeout at their disposal, but more pressing is the need for 2 scores, obviously. Here's 1st and 10. And now here's a deep shot that's complete. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. Here's Ritter. And he'll complete this one to Patterson. And he is out of bounds right around the 10-yard line. Clock management definitely critical here if they want to get back in this game.
Absolutely agreed. They have to up the tempo in this case, down a couple of scores. Want to make sure they have a chance to win this ball game.
Ritter wants to throw it. That is caught at the 7-yard line. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. Ritter now on 2nd down. And that one off the mark behind him, incomplete.
And now defensively in the 2-minute drill, the big key to me, make sure you understand your assignments. And anytime you get a chance to tackle someone in bounds, get them on the ground.
3rd and goal, Ritter with it. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
Well, this defense has been physical all game long, and it certainly looks like they're not going to back off and make things any easier. They want to keep making life miserable for the receivers all the way to the end.
Ritter on the 4th down try. And it's caught. He's got it for a late touchdown, but probably a little too late. It would take a miracle of epic proportions if they're going to pull this one off. Coup for the extra point. And that'll cut the lead down now to a touchdown. So that drive goes a full 80 yards in 10 plays. So looking at this situation, you should have time for the onside kick and then at least one play. And the Panthers are going to recover here, and that should be enough to get them the victory. Well, 4th quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of an anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
Well, this was not just the opener of a brand new season, but this was a division game here in week 1, and to come through with a 1-0 start against a division opponent gives you a little something extra heading forward for the rest of the season.
Yeah, let's pile it all into one game, right?